So after 8 years of coaching busy men to get six-pack lean, I've seen the same 4 skills separate the men who get and stay lean from the guys who stay stuck no matter how hard they try.
And it's not about time or discipline. Most guys just never mastered these skills. So I'll break down each one and why you may have tried them, but still haven't hit and maintained 15% body fat or below. You can eat healthy meals and still not get lean. I hear it all the time. Avocado on toast, snacking on nuts, healthy smoothies, green juices, salads. I'm eating clean, but even healthy foods can be calorie dense. So without tracking, you're just guessing. Some days you'll undereat and crash. Other days you'll overeat and you won't even realize it. And that is why fat loss can easily stall during a diet or program. Or fat loss never actually started because the scale can fluctuate every day between 2 to 5 pounds, which is 1 to 3 kilos or thereabouts. But the guys who actually stay lean after dropping all the fat, they're not starving themselves on these crazy extreme strict diets. They simply know what their calorie budget is for the day. That's still enough to lose body fat while fueling their workouts and muscle growth. It's a fine balance. And all it takes is just 2 to 3 minutes a day using tools like MyFitnessPal. This way you can plan fat loss before it even happens. And when you master this skill, you will stop the cycle of eating super clean, but then staying stuck on this yo-yo of like losing weight fast and then regaining it even quicker, thinking that you got to eat healthy all the time, but then as soon as you don't eat healthy, you're going to get fat and whatever. That is a yo-yo cycle. So even if you had the perfect, healthiest diet, you won't actually stay lean without this next skill that most guys just get completely wrong.
Now, most guys think that cardio equals fat loss. They try running at 5 a.m., buying a Peloton, or just stacking more hours on the treadmill, only to burn out when the scale flatlines and stops dropping. And yet I've seen marathon runners stuck above 20% body fat no matter how many marathons they do. So if cardio alone was the secret, wouldn't like everyone be shredded by now? Sure, cardio can burn a lot of calories, up to 600, maybe even more calories per hour of running. But once you stop running, your metabolism drops back to baseline, meaning that the BMR is only going to be burning somewhere between 65 to 90 calories per hour, sitting down doing nothing. And worse, cardio doesn't build any noticeable muscle. And muscle is essential to maintain healthy hormones and a lean body shape for the long term, because it elevates your metabolism 24/7, even if you are just sitting down, working, eating, or sleeping, compared to doing a lot of cardio all the time, which can drain your energy and jack up your appetite without adding any more muscle to your frame. But this lean physique that most men want is at 15% body fat or below with a higher muscle mass. So the skill is not just doing 2 to 3 workouts a week, it's not playing hopscotch between 20 exercises with light weights and little effort. The results come from compound lifts like squats, rows, and presses and chin-ups, and getting really good at doing those exercises which stimulate your entire body to get stronger and build more muscle over time. This way you can lift safely for more reps, more sets, and with more weight, which means your body is going to be safely forced to build more muscle, and this is going to ultimately increase your metabolism and make it easier to burn off visceral fat and stay lean for the long term. And when you combine this muscle stimulating training that I'm talking about with a efficient and smart nutrition plan that you can actually stick to, that's when you'll consistently lose more fat, even in a hectic schedule. But you can also eat and work out hard and will never get to 15% body fat or below if you ignore this daily factor that makes up a huge part of your metabolism.
Most guys overlook the fastest daily metabolism booster. See, it's what you do outside of your workouts that's going to make the biggest difference on your body fat levels, because it's all the energy, all the calories that you burn from midnight to midnight, 24 hours. That includes walking, cleaning, showering, talking, typing, all these little movements that we do that add up in a 24-hour block. And what this is called is your NEAT, and that stands for your non-exercise activity thermogenesis, a very fancy name just to say all the movement that is not a workout. And this really matters because your workouts on the days that you actually do a workout, which might only be 3 days a week, you're only going to be burning on the workout days an extra 5 to 10% of energy from the workout. And the days that you're not working out, there is no deliberate workout extra calorie burn. So assuming you're doing 3 workouts a week at least 30 minutes each, you average those calories out, like the total would be 500 calories across 3 workouts at 30 minutes or thereabouts. If you average that over the whole week, it's not even an extra 100 calories burn per day. It's not even one Big Mac worth of calories. However, your NEAT can be up to 30% every single day, depending on how much extra movement that you do that is not a workout and is not cardio either. So you don't have to be spending extra time in the gym to get leaner. For example, two guys who are doing the exact same workouts, assuming one does 4,000 steps a day and the other man does 10,000, that's approximately 300 to 500 more calories burned per day for the guy who's getting 10,000 steps. That could be up to an extra pound of fat lost if his food is consistent without even going to the gym more than 3 times a week. And the good thing about NEAT, all this incidental movement, it doesn't drain your energy like intense cardio or HIIT cardio does. Those intense methods can also jack up your appetite, making you want to eat more above your budget that you've actually allocated for the day to keep you in a fat loss state. So it's really the guys that like bake in this extra NEAT movement in their day where it doesn't become a thought exercise. It's just like setting up their life where, leaving your phone outside of your office, so if it rings you have to go up and get it, keeping a water bottle with you so you have to refill that, which means maybe every 2 hours you might go to the bathroom, that's extra steps, using a Bluetooth headphones so you can take calls and walk around the office or walk outside. Any little excuse that's going to set up your environment, like parking further away, taking the dog for a walk instead of just throwing the ball in the backyard, like any little excuse is going to add up and add to your fat burn without draining your energy. But even with NEAT and smart workouts combined together, there's still ultimately one skill that's going to keep the fat off long term. And it's ignoring this skill that causes most men to regain the fat over and over and over and wonder why they're in their 40s and 50s and they just can't lose the gut. It's probably because they're ignoring this skill. Now, this is where most guys screw it up. They've hit their goal weight, but then they get comfortable and the old habits take over and game over. The fat comes back on. So staying lean is far harder than it is to actually get lean. Otherwise, everyone would just lose fat once and that'd be done with it. That's not the case. Because after you lose a lot of body fat, your body doesn't burn calories like it did when you were actually heavier, and I'm going to explain why. So let's say you went from 230 pounds and you dropped all the way to 90 pounds. That's about 40 pounds loss, approximately 20 kilos. This means there is less weight to lug around, which means less calories burned per day because everything you do is a little bit easier. You're not carrying this extra weight with you into every activity that you do. So it's a bit like a truck that has less cargo. It's going to burn less fuel. So if you go back to eating like you did at 230, the fat is going to pile back on even faster than it did to lose it. But the guys who stay lean master this reverse diet skill, and I'm going to explain how. So once they've reached their ideal body fat percentage, they acclimatize to it. They get used to it, even if it's a little bit painful or it's a little bit hungry to, say, get to 11% or 12% body fat. They get acclimatized to it, make sure it feels normal. Then they begin this reverse diet phase. And what this does is it gradually increases the amount of food that you eat. It's kind of like rebuilding your metabolic engine. Because you eat more food, that gives you more energy, which helps you train better and do better workouts and increase your daily NEAT, because the more energy we have means the body wants to move more and do more things because you're not constricting energy. And then that leads to more muscle and ultimately leads to a faster metabolism long term, and it becomes this positive feedback loop. And in doing this reverse diet phase, it's really a strategy of being diligent and every 2 to 3 weeks increasing your food and then relying on the mirror and the scale and a bunch of other data-driven metrics to guide you in the right direction so you know that you're not regaining fat. And it's about finding this point of when the body starts to really gain deliberate body fat, and you know that's now the threshold of your new maintenance range. And if you stay there, you'll stay lean. And the most important part is that once you get and stay lean, it becomes who you are. You let go of the overweight guy you used to be. Now you're this new, lean, fit, chiseled, muscle-toned guy, and that's just who you are. And if you adopt this new identity, it will stay with you, but you have to let go of the old habits. Otherwise, it's going to pull you back again. And in doing this, there's no rebounding. There's no yo-yos. You just stay lean year after year, and that is who you are. So if you want a proven step-by-step routine that covers these 4 skills no matter how busy you are, without feeling starved or blowing hours in the gym every single day, go check out the Business Body Blueprint Routine. It's designed specifically for busy men who want sustainable leanness, regardless of how busy they are, and only needing to do 2 to 3 workouts at least 30 minutes each per week. It's not a big commitment for a massive return on investment of time. Go check it out now, and then go watch this video here to learn the most important nutritional habit to get leaner faster. Go check it out, and thanks for watching.